Hello Airsoft friends, and welcome to this video today, where today I'm playing again with the new Novritsch SSR90. As you would have seen in the video that I posted the other day, I have received this lovely little SMG beast, and I'm looking forward now to make it a bit more personal, a bit more customized, and a bit more of my own type of SMG. And I'm able to do that because Novritsch not only sent me this, they also sent me a load of extra accessories too, including this little fast quick detach suppressory jobbo, this M-lock rail that goes out over the muzzle, the SSR90 low profile conversion kit, and the Novritsch Red Dot V3, also with a little kill flash in there too. And I'm going to take all of these things while using my Novritsch disassembly kit too, because it's got everything in there that I need to make this SSR90 a little bit more personal to me. Now, I'm not just going to be bolting accessories onto this, but I'm also actually going to be taking some of the things off of it too. Even though I feel like this kind of bridge and this big section up here makes the P90, it doesn't really do too much. One thing it does help with is seating the magazine, because you essentially get the magazine in this little hole, and then when you push it forward, it's going to be exactly there. But I'm hoping with muscle memory and playing around with this, it will be kind of like okay in terms of getting the new mags in, because I feel like it's going to be worth taking away this mass, even though it's very pretty mass, and having this as minimal as possible. So I'm going to take the old magazine out first of all, and then chuck that to the side just like so. And now I've got some screws that I need to take off. So I've got two little Allen key bolts there, one in there, and a Phillips head screw there as well. So let's get those off now. I do like this little kit, I must admit, and this is the first time I'm using it, so hopefully it goes well. Now, all of the stuff in this video is available at novritsch.com, and I do have a affiliate link that's in the description below. So if you want to get anything here, including like the riff, any of the accessory bits that I've got, or even like the tools and whatnot, click the link first of all. I get a bit of a kickback, and it helps to support the channel, and I thank you very much for that. Look how clever that is. It extends out so I can get in and get this little screw out here. Look at that. Clever. I like tools where you can tell the people that have made it have thought about the use case, because that's clever and very handy for me. With those out, it's now just this Phillips screw remaining, and I'm going to remove that like that, and now this whole top part is going to come free. But I want to keep a hold of this screw though, because this screw I'm still going to use. So I'm going to put that to the side, and I'm going to get my minimal conversion kit now here like so. So it comes in two pieces. You've got the little kind of like finishing off cap, which replaces this, and you've also got a low profile Picatinny rail, which replaces like the top Picatinny rail on the big old bridgy bit. Before I put those on though, I'm going to remove these little charging handles on the springs. Now to do that, there's a little clippy bit here. I'm going to push that in, pull the upper receiver out, and then I can get to the gubbins here. So we've got the hop unit, we've got the barrel. And to remove the hop unit, I just push it in, twist it to the side, and then that slides out in one piece. So I've got the barrel and the spring and all that good stuff there. And now to take the charging handle bit off, I've got a screw here and a screw here, which I need to remove because that's kind of like locking it in place now. So I'm going to use my little screwdriver here, and we're going to take those off. Uno and dos. Hey, wait, I can't speak Spanish. Right, with that off there, I should just be able to lift this up here like so. So I'm going to take the slidey bar bit off, and I'm going to take this little springy bit off as well, because this isn't actually needed for anything, I don't think. This is just the spring and locator plastic bit for the slidey part. So now that slidey bit is removed, I want my barrel again. So this barrel assembly is just going to go straight back in here, but I do need to have my clicky bit though. So this bit actually fell out. I didn't show you it, but this is the clip that actually holds the upper receiver in place. So I want to poke that in the little build bit first, and then I'm going to poke my barrel and hop up unit through. Thread that, poke that in there just like so, twist that, and now that is my fully rebuilt, but without the charging handle bit, all ready to go. So that's going to go in there like that, and now that's in there. Now I've got my blanking plate, which is going to go on to this part here, and it's important to have that back on because that's actually going to add some stability to the upper receiver in the top of the rift, so we do need to remember to put that on. So that's what we're going to do it now. Now you don't have to remove the charging handles. I'm only doing it from my own kind of like strange personal preference. Like if you want to have the charging handles on there, then by all means have the charging handles on there. I'm just yeah, I like to just try and make things as extra minimal as possible. So yeah, I feel like I'm probably a little bit weird, but you know, at the same time, it's probably going to give my SSR90 a bit of a unique look, and I quite like standing out from the crowd. I like to be a little bit different from everyone out there. There we go. That is solid. That is not going anywhere. That's awesome. Right, so now we've got that bit on there. I want to do a bit of a combination put on now because I've got my M-lock rail, which is going to go over the top of the flash hider here, but in order to put that on, I need to put this block back in. So this block actually was in there already, but it fell out. But essentially that block goes there, just like so, like you can see, and then my M-lock rail comes in over the top of that, and then my long screw that's here, this needs to thread through this Picatinny rail here, the low profile Picatinny rail. So let's crack this out like so, and it does actually come with a spare long bolt in there and a short bolt too, so if you did lose them, then you have got extra ones there. So I'm going to thread that through my Picatinny rail, put that through the upper part, and hopefully this should now all screw into place. It doesn't. So you know what that means? Is that longer than the one in the bag? The one in the bag is longer. So it's not you getting a spare one. You're getting one that is the correct length. And I expect the other screw in here as well is also the correct length. So I'm going to get both of these screws out of this little cheeky bag. And we're going to put both of them in. And hopefully that'll be our top rail then sorted and ready to go. Oh yeah, that's much better. I'm getting a lot of purchase. We're threading in nicely. There we go. Cool. So that is our low profile conversion kit in, along with our little M-lock railie bit. And this is important because when I do my gameplay videos, that is exactly where I'm going to have my scope camera mounted. So that's important to remember that bit there. Let's see what it's like seating a magazine in. Because like I said, having the big block bit, it makes it easier to know where you're going. Because essentially, you get the magazine in that big old square, it's going to go in exactly where you need it to. But now, because I don't have that, it's a little bit trickier to locate it. So maybe I can like kind of come in at an angle. Oh, that's easier. There we go. I think that's the trick. Instead of trying to like come down here, because there's no way to catch it on there, if I come in at the side, because I can see that's roughly where it needs to go, that locates in there really nicely. Now we've done that, we need to screw in the little M-lock bit, because there's two screws on the sides there to make sure that it is really safely and securely in place. So let's get these screws. They're not all the way in, but that will do. They're most of the way in. That's fine there. We've got that done there. Next thing we want to do is we want to remove this cheeky little flash hider. Now I have got one of these other cheeky little Allen keys here ready to go, just because it's faster than swapping the bits over. But I always prefer using these kinds of tools if I've got the time. But I'm trying to get these videos done nice and quickly for you. So we're going to unscrew this here. This is actually much better than the JG one. And look at that. The barrel comes right out to the tip. That is pretty and nice. I like that. The whole point of the P90 is to be an amazing SMG weapon. And putting on flash hiders and things like this take away from that. Take away from the CQB-ness because they're adding extra length. But because I've got this M-lock rail here, because I need that to mount my camera, that's why it's okay, because this is still shorter than what this rail is here. If I find it is like a bit more front heavy and uncomfortable in a way, then I will remove it and just kind of like run the standard flash hider, because I don't think that this suppressor is going to give me a huge amount of noise reduction because this is an AEG. But you know what? For now anyway, I just want to kind of see what the aesthetic of this is. So we have got the cheeky little suppressor on. If I want to take it off, it's, well, with the M-lock rail, it's actually pretty hard. I don't think that works together for what my uses are. So let's remove the fast attach suppressor mount and put the original flash hider back on. And I'm unscrewing the barrel threads at the same time, which is okay, because now I've got these out, I'm going to put some thread lock on that. Screw glue, or they call it screw glue. In order to screw glue screws, I'm gonna try and show you this in a very unawkward way. I'm just gonna take a few drops and I'm gonna put it as far towards the thread edge as possible that's near the screw, because then when I screw it in, it's gonna spread it around the whole of the threads. Just like that. All I need. Because now, as I screw it in, I'm going to flip it over so gravity helps. All of that thread lock, all of that screw glue is going on all of the threads. And that's going to help keep everything in place. And you can actually see at the end of this barrel, you've got cutouts here for a flathead screwdriver. So if you wanted to do it super, super tight, or do it even tighter still, which I would like to do, but I don't really have... This is not recommended. This is not recommended. There we go. I'm not going to do that anymore because I don't want to damage the threads on there. Oh, God, could you imagine? This goes on okay. They're fine. So we'll put the original flash hider on there. We're going to come around here and then we're going to tighten it up so it's the correct way up. And just like that, our original flash hider is now back on. But we have got our up rail here, our M-lock rail, so we can mount our run cam as and when we need to. Speaking of which, I do want to put a Picatinny rail on there. There we go. Boom. So now I've got a little rail there for my cam to go onto, and I've got the rail at the top for my red dot sight to go onto. Do I want it on the rail? Do I want it? Yes, I do. One of the things as well that I really like about the Novritsch V3 red dot sight is the little catch that you've got on there. It actually clips into place. So when you push it close there, most of the red dot sights that you have with like the quick attach setting, that's all you get. But with the Novritsch one, you actually have to pull it and like kind of like lock it in place, and there you've got an extra kind of form of security, because I have had red dot sights with these little levers on just fall off before in the past. So having that extra kind of security is something that I'm very happy about. And now that is my red dot sight on there, and I must admit that acquisition time is very, very quick. I'm hyped for that. That is a really good height. I like it. Cool. It does. I feel like it may look a little bit weird. It almost looks like I've got extra risers on there. So here is my Runcam Scope Cam 2, which is my kind of like bread and butter camera that I use. I use the 25mm version on all of my riffs, but I am thinking about going up and getting the 40mm. I think we are just about perfect. Look at that. That is spot on. And you know what? I think I'm actually going to move this Picatinny rail down onto the side here. The reason being is I need to have a face cam on me as well. So if I move this Picatinny rail onto the side part here, then that's going to allow me to mount my face cam right there. I'm going to do that now, and I think we're pretty much going to be at the end of my little custom StayFreshShoe SSR90. And there we have it, my cheeky little customized StayFreshShoe SSR90. Big thank you to the team over at Novritsch for sending me the SSR90 and all of these accessories. Genuinely, I am over the moon to have this, and I cannot wait to get this out in the field. Big shout out to all my patrons. Thank you very much for supporting the channel month on month. You are all amazing, and I thank each and every one of you. Your support means the absolute world to me. And until next time, thank you very much for watching this video. Remember to call your hits, and I'll see you in the next one.